Hi, my name is Daphne. I'm part of Team 5, and today we will be presenting the simple interest calculators we've made, which are the amount, the interest, the annual interest rate, and the term calculators. I will be presenting the amount. So here we go. Here we have the things that you need in order to calculate the amount, which are the principal, which is the amount that it is being loaned to you, the rate, and the term. The term is the time, the amount of days, years, the etc. So here we have the formula, which is amount equals principal times 1 plus rate times the time. And here we can see an example. We have that our principal is 8,225, our rate is 0.08, but this is also written as 8%, but we have to change it to a decimal form in order to solve for the amount. And then we have the term, which is 1, because we are taking in account that we are solving in a yearly basis. So here we have the different bases. You could be yearly, semestral, quarterly, monthly, daily. And we have two dailies because one is the ordinary method, which is taking 360 days only. And then we have the E stands for specific, which is taking the 365 days of the year. So for example, let's change here a bit. We could say that our principal is now 7,655 pesos, dollars, whatever currency you're using. And we're gonna keep the rate and the term the same. And if we press enter, you can see that the values change here. And it is proven that this calculator is working and that it is giving correct results. Now we're gonna explain the interest calculator.
Hello, this is Hila, and I'm going to show how does the interest calculator works with the interest. Well, first of all, here is the calculator. We can modify any value. For example, there's 30,000. We can put it 25,000, and it changes. How does it change? Well, it's the first of all, it's the principal, the rate, and the term. Here is the formula that is being used to calculate the interest. And also, for example, here's 25,000. We can see round number 20,000. We can see everything is changing. We can change maybe the term a little bit to 52. It all changes. And here, interest in yearly is what is the total. Here, and we can see the interest in the semester is, well, the interest yearly divided by 2, because there's 2. There is the interest in quarter, that is the interest yearly divided by 4, the monthly divided by 12, the daily and this one is divided by 360. And in the interest daily exact, it is divided by 365. It all uses the same formula to calculate, and all this can be modified as already shown. The rate can be for 2.7, and it changes all. Thanks. This is how the interest calculator calculates the interest.
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about the annual interest rate, which we also did the calculator. My name is Miguel Ramos. I'm part of Team 5 as well. So let's get started. So as you can see in the screen, the formula that we use for this calculator is shown here. So these numbers that we use as an example, you can change them. I will of course show that if we change the number, the other values will also change according to the formulas. So for example, here we use the principal in 10,000, the rate in 3.875, but in decimals is 0.03875. Time 1 year, number of periods 1, and here is the calculations that the Excel did. For example, here we'll put I don't know, 11,000. As you can see, the numbers change according to the principal in this case, which shows a good example that no matter what number what is the quantity of number that you put in this table, the formula will give you the precise numbers that you need for your personal life, your personal finances, etc., etc., etc. Well, this was all for me. We will now go to present the term calculator.
Hi. So as we saw, we've been explaining how the other parts of this calculator work. In this time, it's the term calculator. As we can see, this is a term calculator, and we have the value of the interest, the principal, and the rate, which are the values that we're going to need previous to the operation to find the value of the term. So the formula that we used, it's the same formula as the interest, but we solved for t, which is the term. And as we can see, it's interest divided by principal times the rate. And that's basically what it does. So right now, if we change the interest, let's say 15, the numbers are going to change. And if the principal is changed to, let's say 20, it's changed. So in a tweet, we can see it does work. And further explanation, it's like the first term calculation, which is the annual. It's easier since it's the same formula, but then the other ones, it's a little more complex, but it's still easy. As we can see, if we pay attention of this, we don't need to do the whole formula all over again since it's basically the same thing. So what we do, it's just take the term in years, the one we already have, and multiply it by the times of each type of term. So as we can see, there are 2 semesters in a year, and that's why we multiply by 2. There are 4 quarters in a year, and that's why we multiply by 4. And the same with the months, the days in ordinary, and the days in exact. So as we can see, these are the formulas that we used, and we can confirm that our term calculator does work.
So having explained all these calculators, in conclusion, as a team, we thought that this is a very important topic, not just because it is math and you have to learn it, but because it gives you a grip of what finances really are and like how can you apply them and learn, because we thought that this is something that not everyone knows about, the rates, about the amount of money you're making if you invest, or like if you're paying for something and suddenly they say, oh yes, you have interest, and you're like, what is that? And like that, this helps you to understand, to know how to get to this result. You know, what are you investing, what are you paying, like why is this amount of money bigger now than it was before, etc., etc. So I think this is really helpful for when we grow up and we start generating our own finances and, well, getting used to it by ourselves. We already know what we have to do or where we can rely on. So we think this is the importance of this topic. Thank you.